Howdy folks, and welcome back to my story series for the Jedi Knight in Star Wars The Old Republic. I gotta tell you, we got a lot to do and not much time to do it in, so first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and drive to the next speeder point over, and we're gonna start up on Death Spiral, locating the scientists. We got a bunch of different objectives to get done here. We got 3 different locations to get to, so we do have some driving around to do. And if you are playing this for yourself, just be prepared that this is a little bit of a longer haul mission, so make sure that you have everything you need. If you needed med packs, stims, to throw some influence on your companion, great. You're not doing heavy fighting, it's going to be a while till you go back to base. So if you also need to sell off any trash in your bags, anything like that, just go ahead and do it. And that way you can just rock and roll through the entire mission all at once. Okay, so I will say this. After I've been through all 3 locations, I do have to go to the top of the map here, so I am actually going to go to this southern point first and work my way north, and hopefully that will be the fastest way to get this done. For these, unfortunately, too, there's no trickety-trick or faster way, no speeder I can take over to here, no quick travel I can get to this point. This time I do actually have to just hoof it using my mount. Slight pause, I do have a couple upgrades I'm going to throw into my saber really fast. And we're rolling. Okay, this is a bit of a misnomer, guys. It looks like this road will take you in, but that's actually an enclosed area. What we actually have to do is go this way and around. By the way, there is a datacron right up there in purple. If you are interested, all you have to do is follow these rock formations around, and there's a little hidden entranceway kind of on the opposite side. That was close. That looked like I was about to get in combat there. I think we just avoided it. If you are Imperial, by the way, if you're an Imperial class, I would let you know ahead of time that this is a Republic stopping point. So if you do try to come up through this direction and come around this rock formation this side, just be very intensely aware that that area will shoot you to death on sight. Alright, and if you're looking for that secret-y entrance, it's just a little bit past this tree on the left-hand side. It's kind of on the way, so I'm just going to show it to you guys. So if you are looking to get to that purple datacron, the entrance is right here. And all you have to do is follow this all the way around and you'll get to that datacron. That's one of the very few I'll show you guys. It's really easy to get to, and it's pretty much on the way anyway. There's a lot others that have some serious jumping insanity to get to on planets. Most of those I just leave to the experts. I'm like, hey guys, I've done them all, but I'm not going to take a lot of time to show everybody every one of them. But that one's a simple one. That one's just easily grabbable. No jumping puzzles or anything like that. It's just that little secret entrance. Alright, and actually, we're not going through that gate. Follow this around, and you're going to look for a staircase on the back end here, and that is actually where we're going to go up. Here we go. I know, Belsavis. Tricky. And here's our gate. Boom. And there's a panel. There it is. And that starts the cutscene. Or not a cutscene, excuse me. It just lets us go to our next objective. My plan at this point, I'm going to hit this one over here on the west side, and then I'll warp back to the Republic Watchtower to hit this one on the east side. And from the east side one, I should be able to drive north. I tell you guys, no one ever said that that saving the universe wouldn't require a heck of a lot of running. Who knew that Jedi would spend so much time on speeders and on foot? It's a charmed life. One good thing about Belsavis, and you may notice this as you're driving around, this is a resource-rich place. If you are looking to get resources to craft at the level you're at, the planet we were just on before this, not so great. Believe it or not, Quesh, even though it's a dirtball of a planet, actually is really good. Hoth, terrible. If you need to spend some time leveling up a crafting skill and get level appropriate mats, spend some time on Quesh. It's actually never really crowded or busy. It's a small planet. Not a lot of people like being there, and you can build up your skills a pretty insane amount. Hoth is always a wash. Hoth is just kind of terrible. It's huge. It's empty. If you're a bioanalyst, you have to just kill and kill and kill to get mats. If you're a scavenger or an artificer, you're pretty much SOL. There's just never really anything to gather there. Once you get to Belsavis, though, Belsavis does a much better job of having a lot more to work with. Let's put Kira on healing for just a little bit, and watch out here for the elevator boss. People die more to elevators and mistimed jumps than any boss in the game, so that's kind of one of the old jokes in this game, is that when people die from an elevator, we call that the elevator boss. Man, look at Kira go as a healer. Dang. Looks like we gotta go this way. Alright, so we have an Imperial Assassin. By the way, guys, most of the bad guys you face in this game use similar tactics to the player classes. So you may see familiar moves being done by enemies you face. You may see them do something like an aimed shot, just like he did. That's a move out of the marksman spec of the snipers. And same thing, like when you fight certain Sith, they'll drop down a death field or use Force Lightning, so you can kind of get an idea of what the opponents in this game do if you play a lot of the player classes too. Alright, that's it for this place. We're going to find that elevator and get out of here. I don't really feel like doing the bonus mission here. Oh, look at that! Perfect timing! Yay, elevator! Man, that worked out nice. Alright, one more location to go. Let's do it. I was furiously tapping that mount button. Okay, so for this, I'm going to warp back to the watchtower. That will be probably just a hair faster than fighting my way through Belsavis. Which, I mean, come on, you guys. You guys know what it's like to fight trash at this point. If you guys are also doing the Jedi Knight storyline for yourself and just looking at this for tips, then you have your fair share of killing trash on planets. On the other hand, if not, then I hope this is giving you a really good idea what this game is all about. There's a lot of really good MMOs out there that not a lot of people, end up playing, which is just a crying shame. These games are designed to be fun and challenging, and Star Wars has definitely been one that's captured me since, the beta. I was a WoW player for, quite some time, and I used to do that with a lot of my friends. And I remember that this game was in the works, and a friend of mine from WoW had actually gotten the chance to be a beta player and let me actually create a character off of her account, which I know you're not supposed to do. But it was the beta, and it gave me a chance to kind of see the game. And the thing that just blew my mind right out of the gate was just these cutscenes, and the fact that you had this player-driven story that you could shape by your decisions, in true BioWare fashion. And even though, I mean, I would have probably played the game anyway just because of the Star Wars, but that just added such an incredible layer of incredible awesomeness that you could jump into this game and have decisions that you can make. And those decisions could have consequences or change the outcomes of different events. Alright, rocking and rolling. I'm gonna pop rocket boost here, kind of get to this next fight.
Break your record, boss.
Yay, focus events. By the way, the utility skill I picked up obviously was preparation, which is why my saber throw and force leap are coming off of cooldown now after every battle. Every time I get out of combat. Alright. Look here on heal for just a few. Like I said, guys, somewhere in the 30s and 40s, your bad guys do start getting a bit tougher. They have a little bit more oomph behind them. Hey, it's another Jedi. He's got his Kira Carson out too. Way to go, sir. And let's use his personal holocom and see who's phoning in.
Pack, I fixed all the monitoring stations. Locate Dr. Gantrell.
On it. Scanning now. Found his tracking signal. He and his team are in an underground containment vault. Sending you the coordinates now. I hope you get there before Kranis.
That's great. I could hear the guy behind me quick traveling out. Alright, and there we go. There's that spot to the north that we're going to look to get to. So, looks like the fastest way out of here is actually still just to head out through the door. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Normally, you know me, guys, I'd like to use some trickety-trick, probably quick traveling back to a speeder point to speed up my time between objectives. But for this one, I think the fastest way actually is to just do the speeder. There's not too many quests in the game that are like this, which give you this many objectives in this wide an area to get through before you finish up this segment of the story. This one really does stand out for that. Although I will say, if you ever get to play the Sith Inquisitor, oh my gosh, like they're at the end of their chapter 1 is just this tour de force of go to this place, click on this object, go to this place, click on this object, run around, talk to this guy, and I just remember feeling like, does this ever end? It was so long. And you've seen most of these missions, guys. Most of the time, every quest you do is 15-20 minutes tops. You know, nothing too big. And I'm talking my way through it, man. If I wasn't talking and paying just strict attention to what it is that I'm doing, these would probably go even faster because I'd be paying more attention to my, rotations, my damage output, where I'm going, what I'm trying to avoid fighting, etc. As it is, I'm a pretty scatterbrained guy. I am the kind of guy who loses my keys to my car, so when I'm talking like this, that's definitely not helping my gameplay at all. Almost there. I probably could have just paused this video, but in for a penny, in for a pound. I'll do that on the next ones. Usually, guys, I save you all the driving time. On this one, I did not. I apologize. We're almost there, though. It's just these 3 quest objectives are like just boom, boom, boom here. And so I was hoping I could just drive between the 3 of them without taking up too much time, but this one is definitely eating up at that at the clock. Alright. Getting some weird lag spikes in this video this time around. My server lag looks pretty good, but it's getting these weird spikes like that. I'm not sure why. Alright, so you can avoid a bunch of trash here just by hopping up on these columns and running around them, so just kind of keep that in mind. But I will say this too, we're going to come in here now, and I believe, have to come back to the same location, so mobs you avoid, you still may have to kill at some point. These guys, on the other hand, since they're inside this instance gate, you might as well just go ahead and kill them all. I think we can put her back in DPS stance, speed things along. We've spent so much time now driving. There we go. One of the great things about having Force Leap and Saber Throw off of cooldown after every fight is they're some of your best rage building moves. And so once you kind of get used to it, you're almost never running out of rage. I'm sorry, not rage, Force. On this faction, it's called Force. It's called Rage for Sith Warriors.
The Force be with us.
Lots of cannon fodder here. Alright, and here's a guy we're very likely going to have to fight. So just be aware of that. I'm so tired. Boy, guys, I gotta tell you, if you make your own YouTube videos based off Star Wars: The Old Republic, which, hey, thumbs up if you do, just watch out for these marathon sprints. This is day 2, 5 hours of sleep a night, and somewhere to the tune of like 30 or 30 some odd videos. So, man, I gotta tell you, take your breaks. Let your mind refresh. At this point, I'm not even like, oh, here's this guy and here's his moves. I'm just like, yeah, we're gonna have to fight this guy.
The Emperor, we draw power from the suffering and death of others.
These dudes are hardcore crazy.
Are not hostages. They are fuel to feed us as we strike you down.
And still, it won't save him. Anyway, I am going to jump in on the Zealots first, get them out of the way. Try to save as many of the bystanders as we can. And Kira, she's got a good grip on this dude. Now, this is one of those moments, too, that if I wanted to as a tank, I could taunt him off. But, honestly, that worked out great. Yay, and we got a full heal because we just hit level 43. Alright, let's get Dr. Agarub out. See if we have anything to learn really fast. That's a big no. Kind of disappointing. Alright, and we'll talk to the scientist here.
If you hadn't come here,
who apparently is a clone of the gentleman next to him. Look at these guys. That's just being lazy, BioWare. Come on.
Outnumbered, outgunned, but those Imperials never stood a chance.
Pack? How did you see that?
Saw the whole fight in the security hollow. Pretty incredible. And I've seen some good fights.
I wish they would have surrendered.
I'm kind of sucking up to Kira a little bit with that option. The conversation.
This is what the Imperials called their leader. He took Dr. Gantrell.
I mean, look at these guys. Even the outfit's the same.
Ship says he's right there.
The Sith carved it out of the Doctor's skin and threw it in the corner.
Ugh.
He screamed the whole time.
What kind of monster butchers a helpless prisoner like that?
Yeah, that's
The kind who
disgusting.
plans to destroy a planet?
You have to find Dr. Gantrell. Our project is too important to fall into enemy hands.
I think you'd better tell me what your team's been up to.
Studying unknown alien technology in the prison's lower
Ain't that always the way as a Jedi Knight?
Power core alone.
What
is
planet-eating
astonishingly
problem are we gonna have to
complex.
stop this time?
I thought the Republic built this prison complex.
No, only the upper levels. The rest was built thousands of years ago. We stumbled across it by accident and claimed it for ourselves. There are still
You can actually kind of make out some of the ancient ricotta-looking temple obelisks and statues behind this guy.
Seems almost limitless.
Give me the location of the research vault.
That's kind of cool. That's one of the neat things about Belsavis.
Our team created a number of advanced warfare.
I'll talk more about it after this cutscene's
combining
done.
Republic and alien technology. When the Empire attacked, we hid the weapons in one of the vaults near the Republic settlement. If the prisoners find them,
I think I can spare a few minutes to keep deadly weapons out of criminal
Oh, I
hands.
should have said no to this. By the way, guys, if you refuse to do that,
As bad as that
then
sounds, Kranis is worse.
you shave some time off of your next objective. I should say I'm sorry I can't, but I'll give you guys the full Jedi experience. We're gonna do it.
Hack is right. I can't let good men and women die.
You can secure the prototypes.
Why am
and
I
still
such a
catch
good
up with
Jedi?
Kranis. I know it.
What I will do, though, this time is I'll make sure to pause between objectives. So, just so you know, if you do agree to do that, now you'll have an extra objective when you get to your next marker. So, to get to this, actually the fastest way is to drive out through the front and not warp back, shockingly. So, I'm going to go ahead and pause it, and when I get to the quest location, I'll go ahead and continue. And that'll hopefully keep this video a little shorter. See you in a minute, guys. Alright, guys, a few minutes of driving time later, and we are at our quest objective. We're going to head through this green door and continue on with the quest, Death Spiral. Yeah, I got to tell you, if all the quests in this game were this objective heavy, I don't think this game would be very much fun to play. Thankfully, most of the quests are shorter, and I feel like that helps lend itself to, you know, less fatigue for sure, to where, you know, where the quest objectives are shorter, you can just kind of move through things, you know, a little faster and just feel like you've accomplished more in a shorter amount of time. Man, you can feel the difference now that I hit 43. Wow, way to go, Kira. Let's stop that mid scan. There we go. So this is the weapons cache we agreed we'd destroy. I'm gonna click on this console. And we're gonna seal the vaults.
Getting our hands on these weapons.
Thanks. I know some prisoners who would do a lot of damage with those things. I never really believed the stories about Jedi. Until now.
Yeah, we are pretty awesome. If you want to really suck up to Kira, go with option 2.
We Jedi seek to let the Force work through us. And the Force is a powerful ally.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds good. I don't have comm access to the lower levels.
That was a pretty
You'll be on
stereotypical
your own.
Jedi response.
Good luck, Jedi. We're all counting on you.
Alright guys, that is it. Woo! Alright, next up we'll be doing Lockdown, and we'll be heading towards the high security section of Belsavis, and things will pick up a little bit faster from there, which is great. We're almost to the end of Belsavis, and we're getting close, guys. We're almost to level 50 and the end of the Jedi storyline, so stick with it, guys. I promise you it'll be worth the wait. Alright, take care, guys, and we'll see you next time.